First measure of economic productivity for the second quarter is due out this Friday, and the White House is apparently saying get ready for some out-of-this-world figures, despite the ongoing eye-for-an-eye tariff battles. Charlie Gasparino joining us now with exclusive details on what people are saying is going to happen here.
This is from in the White House, and by the way, they could be making it up. You know what I'm saying? This is what they're telling us what might happen. We should point out that President Trump has told people he expects 4.8% economic GDP growth for the second quarter. His more sober economic advisors are talking that down, saying, hey, 4.3, 4.4% economic growth.
Still great. That's
still great. But there is some people in the White House that said, don't be surprised if this thing pops up above 5%. And why do they say that? If a few things break their way, the way these things are measured, it's kind of funky, including the fact that if a lot of businesses have bought material, worried about a pending trade war, they would speed up those. They would stockpile. They would speed up the purchase and put it into inventory. That could add to GDP growth. So that's one of the factors that they're talking about. And so they're saying, listen, President has his number, 4.8. I think people like Larry Kudlow would have their number around 4.3, 4.4. He's his economic advisor. But there is an outlier that is saying, don't be surprised if this thing hits 5 because of those extraneous, those sort of intangibles that may kick in. Now, we should point out, I'm not going to put my finger on a chopping block and say this is what's going to happen. For all I know, this number comes into 3.5. I have no idea. We should point out the general consensus among economists is anywhere between 4 and 5%. All the big Wall Street firms are saying that. You've had massive corporate tax cuts. You had massive deregulation. You have some one-time events. It should be a fairly strong economic report. The Trump administration is planning a major rollout if it hits that 4+% bogey. If it's below that, they're deprived of a major talking point. So that's where we are right now. But we should point out this as well. These numbers are before the real negative trade impact kicks in. And all you have to do is read the Wall Street Journal, know today that Trump is bailing out farmers that are being hit by tariffs, to know that there is going to be a negative economic impact on tariffs that probably won't show up in the second quarter numbers. It will show up probably in the third quarter numbers. And here's why where a lot of people in the White House are worried about, those third quarter numbers are right before the midterms. Are they going to be stronger than this? Will they be weaker? Will the Democrats seize on them as Trump's trade war costing jobs? So this is a moving target. But Friday is planning to be, the Trump administration is planning Friday to be a really, really big day. Now
the White House does it get the number in advance? I can never remember. I know they get the jobs number right before.
You would think that they have some clue about what's going on with this. But this is put out by, the jobs number I think is put out by the Bureau of Labor Statistics. This is put out by the Bureau of Economic Analysis, I think it's called, and I think it's the Commerce Department. Not quite sure what the job BLS is. Is that part of the Commerce? I think it's part of the Treasury Department, but I could be wrong. But you would think that Trump has some insight, which is why he's saying 4.8. I'm wondering if he's saying 4.8 because it's really going to be higher, that he's actually setting those low expectations. Although that's not generally, Trump is not a guy that, sort of hides the...
Under-promise and over-deliver.
Yeah, he's quite the opposite, right? He overstates stuff. So, I can't vouch for these numbers, but this is what's coming out of the White House as opposed, for this very, very strong, what
I can only say,
very strong GDP report.
Anything above 4% is fantastic.
Yeah, they're going to
I think about 3.8%.
Now, I think if it's below 4, they lost a talking point because they have to explain tariffs and how they're impacting. If it's above 4, they got a good talking point. Okay. I just want you to know, tariffs are the greatest.
As the president says.
I am the greatest. It's like Ali. I am the greatest.
Favorite president.
Tariffs are the greatest.
7 minutes before the
cutting me off. Why are they cutting me off? I don't understand.